Hey, we're live.
Hello, we are live. We are late because our children had a concert choir tonight and we went to
Choir
hear them
concert.
sing. Choir concert tonight.
They're in concert choir.
in the concert choir and
Yep.
the mixed choir, and they did really good. And it was really fun to watch them
Yep,
sing. So,
it's true.
yeah, it was awesome. And yeah, it's
I'm
not
just-
actually
I'm
that late.
sharing stuff.
You share.
Yeah, we're only like 10
We're
minutes
only not that late.
Well, Holly's saying it's not 8:30, but we already talked about that. Come on, Holly, keep up.
Did we talk about? I just said we were doing it at 8:30.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I thought that we were going to be really late. Because sometimes it takes like an hour and a half, and sometimes it takes not that long. So it didn't take as long as we thought. We actually waited at the school for an hour before it started, and then it only took 30 minutes to do the concert.
It's true.
So we're on time. And yeah,
Yeah, I'm just sharing it
but
again.
the Christmas concert will probably be longer.
That's true.
And yeah, we'll do that.
And unlike normally, all of our kids are actually home right now, but we told them to go away.
We said, go clean your room.
Go be quiet.
And our teenager said, what? We can be antisocial? Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, I want to do that.
I would love to do that.
So,
And then our 8-year-old is sad and he doesn't want to leave. So that's sad.
Oh.
Keto stuff. So
I've got talking points right there.
we have talking points right here.
I'm almost done.
Is anybody here?
Yeah, nobody's done any
Nobody
comments
said
other
anything.
than Holly.
Holly said, we're so early. So now we're confused. So I noticed that Carrie Brown kind of talks a little bit about random stuff while people
Yeah.
join. So that's kind of what I was trying to do.
Yeah, well,
Random
and then I'm
stuff.
posting.
I'm going to fix my
Linking it up.
hair in
Oh,
the
yeah?
live and pretend it's a mirror. Be like,
Hello.
a little straight right there.
Yeah.
And my face is red because we just ran from the school to the car here. And that made me hot. Okay, so our talking points are this week we have chocolate on sale, so that's delicious.
Everybody wants chocolate,
It's so good.
and chocolate's like an old friend.
Yeah.
I think I did chocolate with just straight chocolate every day for like maybe 2.5 weeks once.
Yeah, I could do that every day.
It's really good if you mix it up with in a blender with ice. It makes a very convincing Wendy's Frosty.
Frosty. But since it's getting colder, I've been heating mine up
Oh yeah,
and
Yeah.
having hot chocolate
yeah. We learned that from Holly.
from Holly.
So, let's see. So yeah, chocolate's on sale. This is actually the first time that we've had the 2.1 version of chocolate, and it's the first time chocolate's been on sale since January, I think it was.
Yeah, so we expected people to buy it. So we hope that they do.
Yeah. Well, and it's just because you want that on
Whoa, white face.
white face. Okay.
Which
Anyway.
one's better?
Um,
Oh, I can't really tell.
Hey, and Diane says hello from Texas.
Hello, we're going to come see you.
Yes, we are. That's one of our later talking points, but we can talk about it right now. Last week, we went to Kansas City, Kansas. We also went to Kansas City, Missouri, but that's beside the point.
Yes.
Anyway, so we went to Kansas City for Low Carb Kansas City. Actually, it was called Low Carb Keto
KC.
Kansas City.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was. They put keto in there.
I did not
So-
notice that.
Anyway, so we went to that, and that was actually really a lot of fun. It was a smaller conference, but they still had some pretty big name people who were coming there to present stuff.
And they got to talk to people, and we got to rub shoulders with them. They were
Yeah.
really nice. And it was way fun.
Dr. Westman actually recognized me this time.
Yeah, he got a bottle of water from us.
Well, so when we go to these conferences, we have a checklist of stuff that we're going to take. This time, and there's always an entry there. It used to say Dave Feldman's Diet Mountain Dew. But now, because Dave Feldman is doing just water,
Mm-hmm.
it says Dave Feldman's water. And Dave will actually be at Low Carb Houston, so we'll have water for him. In this case, Dr. Westman got Dave Feldman's water. It was just really funny. He was walking past, he's like, "Do you have just plain water?" And we're like, "Yes."
There you go.
It was really funny. So anyway, so we did go to Low Carb KC, and we're going to be going to Low Carb Houston, which looks to be absolutely phenomenal. I was going over the speakers list again today because I was posting it on the keto subreddit. I was posting about it. I don't think I finished that sentence. Anyway, and I was looking at everybody who's coming, and it's like who's who in the keto world. You got Dr. Ballerstedt. You got Ivers coming even.
Nice.
So, Amber O'Hearn. If you are in Texas, anywhere near Houston, you really should come to this conference. It's going to be awesome. So, and if you're a doctor, it has continuing education credits, but I'm not a doctor. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to have a booth there. We're going to be letting people sample Keto Chow. It'll be great. Okay.
It'll be great. I'll be there too. We're leaving tomorrow night.
We're actually going alone. It's just going to be Miriam and I for this one. So that'll be interesting. We took our daughters that are doing keto on the last one. When we went to
really
Kansas
helpful.
City. They were. Right. Next talking point is we are in the middle of a giveaway right now. Who are we doing it with?
Nui cookies.
Formerly Keto Cookie.
Formerly Keto Cookies. Nui.
Now they're called Nui. Ooey Gooey Nui.
And Sogo snacks.
Oh, and we love Sogo snacks.
Yeah, they're so good.
The people, they're great.
Yeah,
the snacks are good
snacks
too.
are good too.
But
The people are great too.
Was it? No, it was this year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, at KetoCon that we were next to them.
Yes.
Last year, we met them
we
last
met
year.
them
Oh, they were
last year.
behind us.
Yeah, they were on the other aisle.
Yeah. So
we were right next to them at KetoCon this year.
yeah,
It was fun.
It was
So
fun. They
to
brought
play
along
with
their daughters.
They're so cute.
their daughters are sitting there with these giant gloves on, cutting
Yeah,
stuff.
cutting the little meat sticks. It was,
It was really awesome. So, yeah, we're doing a giveaway. So there's information about how to enter that on. Oh, I need to do a blog post about that.
Okay, yeah, you should have done that.
Yeah, I
already.
should have done that. I thought Lori was going to do it. But okay.
Whoops.
So
Look for the blog post.
on Facebook, also on our Instagram, and soon to be on our blog, there's information on how to enter. So, what does that say? Christy. Hi, Christy.
Hi.
How are your eyebrows doing? Christy got her eyebrows done just before we did our Facebook Live last week. And
It was after.
Oh, was it just after?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was before.
You got your days mixed up.
Man, I totally got my days mixed up. It's probably because right after, the following day we did the Facebook Live, we went to Rodizio Grill, which is a Brazilian steakhouse.
It was so good.
We had a lot of really delicious
Frog
meat.
legs.
Yeah, frog legs. So
Wild boar.
yeah, and the elk sausage
That was so good.
superb.
It was really good.
Speaking of delicious meat, I made Miriam's day today. I reminded her about the beef ribs
Yes, I'm so
that are going to be in Houston.
I forgot.
Beef ribs are delicious,
We're going to go
so.
get some of those. We'll take a picture and show you guys so you can be utterly jealous.
So Diane says, I did hope to win y'all sample. I haven't been able to order from y'all. Maybe one day. We hope so too.
We hope so too.
And if you're anywhere near Houston,
Come see us.
come try some.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll actually have a sale during if you come and buy at our booth, it's 10% off everything. So come to the booth.
Ta-da!
Yeah. Here it is. See? Beef ribs are amazing. It's on the talking points.
Yay, beef ribs are amazing.
So now we're into the questions that people have. We get this question a lot, and because of that, I updated the Fasting Drops webpage. How do you use Fasting Drops? So Miriam, how do you use Fasting? Do you have some in your pocket?
I have some in the car.
Oh.
There were some right next to me a few minutes ago.
Okay.
I can go get them.
Well, let's see. I've got some right here.
You got some right here.
Yep.
Hiding.
They're in my backpack.
Well, you use the little lid to measure.
What's that?
This is so it.
And let me grab a water bottle.
Fasting drops. Okay.
What do you say?
We'll just nothing.
Oh.
I just was saying fasting drops.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so here's your little doodly doo.
There's the lid.
And then on the back,
There's
a little tiny
focus.
focus. You can do it.
Focus.
Little nut.
It's not gonna do. There
There
it
it goes. Okay. It's out of focus
It was
again.
focused.
You can see
Yeah.
kind of that there's the little lid section right here.
It's a diagram of the lid.
It has really tiny instructions on how to measure. 32 ounces. You fill the entire cap. So this is the little cap. Let me see if you can see it in my hand. You fill the whole thing up for 32 ounces. You fill it
Halfway.
3/4 of the way full for 24 ounces, and then you just fill the little top part for 16, which that's mostly what I do. So this is a 16-ounce water bottle right here, so I'm just gonna
Except this is mine.
put it in there.
So if it's for Miriam, she only fills it up halfway.
This is how normal people
If
do
it,
it.
wait, hold on. But if it's for me, which this one is, we're gonna fill up the cap all the way because I like
'Cause he
mine
likes
double
salty.
strength.
But you don't have to do that. You don't
No.
have to be like Chris. You can do whatever you want.
You can, and that's
you
one
could
of the
do
key
it the
things.
right way.
So even if you go on the IDM program's
That's taking
website,
forever to fill up.
well, it's because you're not squeezing it very hard.
I'm just one drop at a time.
Oh, okay.
Here you go. Ooh. So good.
Awesome. So that's it. That's fasting drops. Lots of electrolytes.
Kind of shake
Anyway,
it a little.
even if you go on the IDM program's website, they don't have a specific amount of sodium that's recommended during a fast. It's more what you feel like you need. You have to listen to your body. So if you feel like you need more salt, you feel like you're getting a headache or something like that, that's when you need to use fasting drops. And a lot of people say, well, what's the difference? What is fasting drops? What do you do? And what is the point? Why don't I just use salt? So in the bottom of my bottle here, there's nothing. If I had put real salt or Himalayan pink salt or the gray Celtic salt, there would be a little layer of sand in the bottom of my...
Not sand, salt.
Well, no, there would be sand.
From the salt?
Yeah, there's little bits of grit, especially in the real salt, which most people agree that real salt is one of the better salts, but it does have a lot of grit in it. And when you're drinking it, you get to the very bottom, you take that last swig and you're like, ooh, and it's really salty. So
There's a kid.
that's kind of the point of fasting drops. It dissolves fully. It has a really good type of magnesium, which is magnesium chloride. You know it's going to be absorbed because it's already in liquid suspension. So, Carla said, hello from Arkansas, but I spent all last week typing Kansas into stuff.
Arkansas. is what you
Arkansas.
heard.
And every time.
Hello from Arkansas.
Hello from Arkansas. Is Keto Chow okay for diabetics to use?
We
A ketogenic...
we can see you.
Yeah, we can. That's okay.
Yeah. Say
That's
hi,
fine.
wave.
Hello. Oh, there's my head the other way.
Can you actually see us?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
right
You're
there.
out of focus, but
Yep.
you're there. You can go in the laundry room.
Yep. So,
But we have to get.
We have to get
ketogenic diets work really well for type 2 diabetics. The 2 keto dudes are happy to point out that doctors always say that type 2 diabetes is a progressive disease, meaning it only goes one way. It only progresses forward, it never reverses. But they've shown that it's actually quite simple to reverse type 2 diabetes, just using a ketogenic diet. But they're not doctors, and I'm not a doctor either, so I cannot counsel you to use it if you're diabetic, but it works really well for a lot of people, so check it out. Mm-hmm. Type 1 diabetics will often find, and this is a really cool presentation that I saw at Low Carb KC, they'll often find that it's very, very easy to control their glucose, because instead of eating lots of sugar and then trying to add insulin to take care of that, and then you end up with a hypoglycemic event. If they just stay low carb, they're able to, their body will take care of adding glucose into the mix. Gluconeogenesis, or the creation of new glucose by the liver, is just fine in pretty much all type. I don't even know if there are type 1 diabetics that have a problem with gluconeogenesis. So half of their glucose control mechanism is still functional. And if they just don't add a whole bunch of carbs, so they have to use additional insulin, well, they can just use the baseline insulin enough to keep their cells that need glucose happy. And it's really easy for a lot of them. But at the thing, they kept on referring people to the Type 1 Grit Facebook group.
Type 1 Grit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like as in type 1 diabetes. It's a support group that's just for type 1 diabetics. Brenda!
It's a keto.
Brenda Zorn! Oh my
Brenda
gosh.
Zorn, my friend!
What's up? We just watched the episode of The Office with the kids where Michael's like, what's up? And,
did we?
yeah.
I don't remember that.
And Jim's like, that was really funny 6 years ago. Anyway, so yeah, we were just talking about type 1 diabetics and type 2 diabetics with keto. You missed it, Brenda. Sorry. Or maybe you saw it. I don't know. But...
What's up?
Okay. So let's see. Just back to the talking points. Samples. Sample availability. The company who's making the samples for us, who's packaging the samples for us, most of the flavors were given to them, but because we're still having problems with the peanut butter and all this other stuff, we are not going to be getting all the samples in stock, and we're almost out of stock right now. Well, we don't have chocolate peanut butter samples of Keto Chow. We're nearly out of chocolate toffee, and we only have a couple of mint. We were nearly completely out of root beer.
But we got a shipment today.
We got like 10,000 of them today.
Yay!
And I don't remember. I think we're doing okay with just about everything else. So, yeah. Those ones, yeah, you can't order them individually. We put them off to the side.
We
just
have
for the,
all the week size bags. So
yes.
if you know you like it, just buy the big bag.
And if you don't know if you like it, well, maybe stick to ones you do like, or I don't know. I think they're all delicious. So,
Brenda wants to know who your friend is back there.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
That's Mr. Skelly.
He's been our October friend.
Yes. Miriam.
So you should check out our Instagram, because I've been putting a whole bunch of posts up.
She's been doing a really good job. Like, we'll be driving along. She's like, oh, I need to do a Mr. Skelly
post.
And,
so we spent a couple hours in our front yard taking photos.
Yeah.
With him. Our neighbors thought it was hilarious. It's like, we're in the middle of the road putting a skeleton on a bicycle.
Yep. And trying to have him hold up. I love it when he's eating the Sogo snacks and it's like, ah! Anyway.
It's so awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, samples. Oh, it'll be late November probably when
Unless
we get...
the packaging company gets things in gear.
Which they have done. Almost.
Occasionally.
Well, they've done it pretty consistently. They'll say, yeah, sorry, we're not going to be able to get to it.
It's better to under-promise and over-deliver. That's my opinion.
And it's what they do. So.
Yay.
Yeah, Anthony thinks they've so far been amazing. And Dana, is it Dana or Dana?
Dana.
I think it's Dana.
Dana. That's like a girl. That's like Dan, a boy's name.
Well, it could be.
Dana.
Anyway.
Watch, it's Dana.
It might be. I'm going to assume it's Dana. Anyway, she says that the photos have been great.
Oh,
She's
thank
liked your
you.
stuff.
Dana, you're so amazing.
Yep.
She's my friend.
Okay.
We met at KetoCon.
Oh, yeah?
We're
okay.
friends.
Wait, what did Brenda say? What type of protein do you use in your Keto Chow? That's a good question. right now we are using milk protein isolate. For type 2s, that could be an issue, but most don't have problems. Now, Brenda doesn't like milk protein.
Which is fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's entirely fine.
You can like whatever you want.
Yeah. We're still nice.
We
We're
still
nice.
like you anyway.
So, anyway, I am working on new flavors. They're still in development, and there was the whole fracaso.
I don't know what that means.
I don't remember how to say that in English. Mix up, terrible thing. I was mixing
Terrible
up
mix-up.
some test batches of the new savory flavors that use beef protein and beef bone broth protein. They're dairy free. And anyway, and I accidentally dumped in like a whole bunch of magnesium. So right now I'm waiting for them to get me some more so I can finalize things so that
we've
we
been
can send
playing
it
with
off.
flavors.
But yeah, we are playing with flavors. Now, for people who want to use Keto Chow but they don't like the protein, or they don't like a sweetener, or they don't like flavor, there's the base powder, and that works fantastic. A lot of times people are like, how is Keto Chow different from protein powder? Well, the base powder. Everything that's in the base powder is what you don't get with regular protein powder. So you add your protein powder to the base powder,
Excuse me.
and you've got all the micronutrients and all that sort of stuff that would be in Keto Chow. Hold on, Brenda says she still likes you too.
Oh, thanks.
Us too.
Brenda likes avocados.
Brenda does. And she's very nice, and she'll tell you straight up what's going on. So will
And
Kim.
she'll give you a hard time if she likes you.
That's right.
So if she's nice to you, probably she doesn't like you.
So Kara wants to know what flavors are in your current personal rotation right now. So today, I forgot to post that. You took it on my phone.
Oh, sorry.
I mixed up a bunch of chocolate mint, chocolate toffee, vanilla, and eggnog. I think I did 12.
Yeah, but you were anticipating the girls taking it.
Yes, I'm anticipating that my daughters are going to wake up Thursday morning and go, what am I going to eat for breakfast?
So I asked them when we were out of town what they wanted me to buy at the grocery store so they could have meals and everything. And that we, make a meal plan and everything good so that they can have something to cook and they know what they're going to eat. And Kate said, I just would like Keto Chow every meal. Like, really? You don't want like salmon or
We've got the smoked pulled pork from
pulled
Costco.
pork? I mean,
That's
there's
good stuff.
other things you can eat. You
Yep.
don't have to eat that.
You can
She's
if you want to.
But I want to eat it because it's easy. Oh, okay.
Dana
Whatever.
says that you were right about her name.
Yeah, not Dana.
And
like
Diane
weird.
says a creamy basil soup flavor would be great. And we are working on that. That one has been problematic.
That's been a hard one.
The issue with tomato,
It's tomato.
is it's like sugar.
Yep.
It's just sugar. We have a tomato a flavor concentrate. I think right now my test batches I was using like 8 grams of the tomato in order to get it
Tomatoey.
tomatoey.
Enough, and it brought it up like 2 carbs.
Yeah, the
or
problem
something.
is, no, it's 4. The
Ooh, that's a
tomato
lot.
concentrate, the flavor concentrate is 50% carbohydrates by weight. So 8 grams ends up being 4. So it'll probably be that particular flavor will probably be the highest carb amount that we have of any of our flavors. So, but it should still be good like every once in a while, like once a day or once every couple days. But
If you like tomatoes.
yeah, if you like tomato soup. And then you can grill up some Spam, toast both sides of it,
Put
put
some
some
cheese
in
in
between it. Grilled cheese
That would be
sandwich.
so salty.
It's very
I know
salty.
you
It's
like
delicious.
sandwiches. I don't.
So Brenda wants to know if we're going to be at the low carb the Boulder Carnivore Conference.
Oh, I wish.
Well, Amber
Is it-
O'Hearn is doing that. It's in Boulder.
It's next year?
No. Well, it's like the same. It's designed to piggyback on Low Carb Denver.
Oh,
So I don't see any reason why we won't be there.
we haven't talked about it actually.
We haven't. I put it up on lowcarbevents.com.
But we just heard about it and it sounds
Like
like
last
it'll be
week.
cool. I really want to go carnivore.
Yeah.
I'm super tempted.
Dana says, did you say before that you use Keto Chow to make donuts? If so, is there a recipe posted? There is. If you do a search for Keto Chow donuts, you'll probably find it. But after we're done with this,
We'll
I'll
link
post a link. But yeah, it's really easy. You mix it up. It's was it Christy's recipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Christy.
Well, yeah, I think it's Christy.
So her and dang it,
I see your picture.
yes, Christina
Christina
Wells.
Wells.
Her picture is hilarious. It looks like an engagement photo, but they have like 2 or 3
It's
kids.
so wonderful. She's so cute. I want to
And
look
Tyler
like her.
and I we're buddies.
I want to look like Christina.
Yeah. Okay.
I think she's gorgeous.
Okay. I think you'll have to bleach your hair blonde.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Let's see. Chocolate mint is indeed yummy. Holly says we are coming to Denver. She and Steve
She's going with us.
will be coming with us to Denver.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we're already signed up. We're already on
We
the
are so
sponsors
excited.
page.
We love Jeff Gerber. He's so awesome.
Yeah, he is.
He's the nicest guy in town.
Yep. He is very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
That was very nice.
So
Let's
the first
see.
time we met him, we were standing in the hallway with a bunch of smart people, right? And he's talking to us for a minute. I don't know. I think that other smart people left, and then it was just we were kind of just us talking to him for a minute. And he's talking all smart with Chris, and he sees my face kind of glaze over,
Well,
like
it was-
I didn't know what he was talking about. And then he stops and he says, "That means blah blah blah."
Yeah, he explained it to her, and
And
I
I'm like,
was
"Oh,
I was
okay, sure."
thoroughly impressed.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was, I didn't even notice. Like, I just thought, oh, that was nice of him to tell me so I know what was happening, what you're talking about. And then Chris said something about it to me later. He's like, oh, that was so nice of Jeff Gerber to explain that to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, was I looking real dumb? I guess I was looking dumb. But he noticed that I wasn't getting it. And he just explained it to me. And he's just so nice. He's just the nicest guy. You can tell he takes care of people. So.
If I have to think back, I think it was, and I got a 360 picture of everybody standing around.
Ivor
It was like
Cummings was
it was
standing there.
Ivor, Dave Feldman, Jeff Gerber. I think Amber might have been there, and I'm pretty sure Nadir was there as well. It was
a bunch
it
of
was really
awesome
really
people.
cool. So, by the way, Brenda says. So
I got a little spit on my face.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure that was from Brenda, though. Ooh.
I don't know if it's Gala or Gala. I'm just going to guess Gala. Says, loving the Keto Chow we bought at Low Carb KC.
Yay!
So welcome. Yeah, we do this every week. Yeah.
Usually it's at the same time.
Yeah,
Every
usually it's at
7:30.
7:30
Someday-
Mountain Time.
Yes, Mountain Time. Someday we're going to have a lot of people watch us, and they're going to just be so impressed with our awesomeness.
Okay, Paula asks, I've been meaning to ask this. I had chocolate peanut butter 2.0. How does the flavor differ in the latest version? Are the original 8 flavors the same or reworked? They're somewhat reworked.
Slightly.
And that's because we found out that the flavor manufacturer was using a teeny tiny bit. We're talking like it was less than half of a gram of maltodextrin. And I shook my fist at them and said, yeah!
Oh, we found out that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had them reformulate it,
And said,
do it
"Don't
on
do that
acacia
again."
gum.
Yep.
You don't do that again, stupid dummies. And anyway, so the flavors ended up costing more. We just kind of ate that. Actually, we lowered the price with version 2.1, didn't we?
Yes.
I think we did. So we just ate that. But the flavors weren't as strong because it was on acacia gum instead of the little tiny bit of maltodextrin. So instead of seriously, like the chocolate, I think the chocolate we were using, it was like 200 milligrams of chocolate flavoring that was dried on maltodextrin. Well, now we're using, it's like 1.2 grams of chocolate flavoring on acacia gum. When the whole thing weighs 1.2 grams. So anyway, very long story short, We did rework the flavors, but they should taste very comparable. The main thing that's actually going to make it taste different is that version 2.1 of Keto Chow, because we switched from whey protein to milk protein, the big difference there is the milk protein digests slower. It has casein, which is the protein that's in cheese. So it digests slower. It also mixes up a lot thicker.
Yeah.
And so we ended up taking out a whole bunch of the xanthan gum we were using for thickening, and it's still
it thickens
thicker
by itself. Yeah.
And so
it's really a lot thicker.
Yeah,
which just makes it fun to bake with, because then it'll rise.
Yeah. Well, and we used to recommend that you would mix it up to be about 16 ounces, fluid ounces. I recommend, if you want that same viscosity with 2.1 compared to 2.0, to mix up to 20 ounces. So anyway, and so having more volume dilutes the flavor a little bit. And we also lowered the amount of sweetener in it. So all in all, it comes through a bit more neutral, but most people say that they like the increased viscosity, they like the creaminess of the milk protein, except for Brenda. And
I don't think she's ever actually said anything about the milk protein.
No, but she says the type 2 diabetics have to be extremely careful about that sort of stuff. And I'm trying to remember exactly what she said, but basically, as someone who's working with the IDM program, she cannot recommend a product that's using milk protein. Yeah, and I said, okay, we still like you.
Yep. Well, and you have to be careful. You have to figure out what works best for your body. You have to check your blood sugars. You have to check all these things and make sure that it's not going to be a problem, because we don't want you to have something that's a problem. Yep. We want you to be as healthy as you can.
Yep. Dana wants to know if I've been using my Oura Ring. Miriam's Oura Ring should be here soon. I actually published a blog post 2 weeks ago where I compared my Android Wear watch to my Fitbit I'm no longer wearing to my Oura Ring, as far as how they did activity tracking and sleep tracking and all that sort of stuff. And I found that the Oura Ring works as good, if not better, than the Fitbit. So only one watch now. Yay! Miriam's got two. It's because all of our kids like to compete with Fitbit. And
it's so fun.
Yeah.
I thought that Sam was going to cream us all because he's so little and he walks around all the time, but he hasn't. I'm surprised. He must not be very running around anymore. Yep. Got to kick him outside with the chickens.
So let's see. Paula says, thanks for the explanation. I got the new 10 flavors and I enjoy them. I add extra water ice since I have the texture issue. Love the pumpkin spice caramel the best. Okay, and the original 8 are going to be comparable to the new 10. So, and Anthony says, even filling a whole blender bottle, it's still pretty thick.
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
Yeah. And that's by design. We're kind of going for the melted milkshake thing.
And we want you guys to give us feedback. If it is really giving you lots of problems, we want to know, because we want to fix it.
Yep.
If you want to use our product, we want to make it the best you can. So email us, tell us all the things.
That's right. Hey, Delta says it's time for us to check in for our flight tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
It's at 8 something at night.
It's late.
It's going to be horrible.
It's not going to be as bad as coming back from Boston after Keto Fest.
Yeah, that was not awesome.
I thought I'd sleep.
That was horrible. I didn't get enough magnesium. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring magnesium pills or solution on the trip, because every time I go on a trip, I get low on magnesium and then I feel horrible.
Get cramps and stuff
when I come back. So my legs were hurting so bad on that flight home, and then I was trying to sleep and it was horrible.
Yep.
Because my legs were on fire.
But we're working on a product to help Miriam with that. So you think fasting drops are awesome. Just wait.
This will also be awesome.
Yes, it will.
Fasting drops are still the best.
Yep.
I really like the fasting drop. And I do use them, and it really helps with the leg cramps and stuff too.
Oh, Anthony says that he likes it thick, and if he wants it thinner, he just uses avocado oil.
That's
which
what
works
I do
really
too.
Well. Yeah. Or add more water. But
Or if you want your kids not to drink it, then don't make it with heavy cream.
That's right. Our one daughter, she pretty much only wants to drink it if it's chocolate mint made with heavy cream, and then she'll
that's
just
just
drink
her
it.
new thing. But if it's chocolate mint and there's nothing left and she's still too lazy to make her own, she'll still drink it.
It's
It's chocolate mint.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just deal with it being not quite as creamy.
So speaking of the talking points, our next question is, can you add coffee to Keto Chow? Yes. Mm-hmm. So moving on. Oh, okay. People probably want a better explanation than that. On the How to Prepare Keto Chow page, if you scroll down, there's a pink box. It actually has a picture of a coffee bean. And it's recipes and flavor hacks. It's all of the different tips and tricks and different things that people have suggested for using Keto Chow or adding flavors. And there's a whole section on adding coffee. We've had a lot of people who, okay, just to be honest, I don't like the smell of coffee. I think it smells like burnt toast. But a lot of you do like it. So we have some people who have tried to add a lot of cold brew to their Keto Chow and ended up with Jell-O, which is kind of weird. I guess if you put too much in there, it'll
I'm
Jell-O.
sure you have to get your perfect mix.
Yeah, but
Just play with it till you get it right.
But there's a lot of people on the Keto Chow Facebook support group and on the Keto Chow subreddit that are using coffee in their Keto Chow. Paula says, I only use 23 grams, a half scoop of the powder, and a third cup of heavy cream, but it works with my macros.
There you go.
Great.
And that's what you want. You
Yep.
want it to work with your macros.
Speaking of working with macros, I don't know if you guys caught it. Siobhan Huggins, who is Dave Feldman's minion,
Helper
monkey,
She's my friend.
she recently published a blog post about an experiment she did during I think it's the National Lipid Association convention. Mm-hmm. Her and Dave were doing different experiments.
Can we post a link on the website?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She was using Keto Chow for her part of the experiment because she needed to be able to do between 3,000 and 6,000 calories. 3,000 and 6,000 calories a day. 3 calories
6,000
a day.
She was
at the conference while not freaking everybody out that she was like killing herself with all this. Anyway, so she was using 6 blender bottles full of Keto Chow a
She probably
day.
doesn't ever want to drink it again.
Well, she actually said that it was way better than whatever Dave was doing. And
Sorry,
Dave hasn't revealed what he was doing yet.
Dave.
But he would routinely point out that he's like, that looks way better than what I'm eating. It was probably like hot dogs and marshmallows or something like that.
He's always coming up with something awesome.
That's right. So, yeah, you can add coffee. And there's information about that on the site. Next question. We actually get this quite a bit. How many servings are there in a bag?
Each bag. The big ones. 21.
21. Why are there 21?
Because if you had 3 shakes a day for a week, that would be 21.
Yep.
So we call it a week bag.
Yep.
Because it fills a week if you use it for a week.
And it's a whole lot easier to say week than 21 servings when we're talking about it behind enemy
In our
lines.
place.
In our shipping place.
In our warehouse.
In our warehouse when we're
Yep.
doing stuff.
And we call the samples.
Yep. So, we've got 2 sizes. We've got an individual sample, and we've got a 21 meal bag. So, what? That's funny. It showed a comment from Brenda up there, but not down here.
Well, move your little thing out of the way.
It's not there.
Yes, it is.
Look, I'm right.
Brenda,
Dang
what
it.
did you
I
say?
don't know. What did Brenda say?
Mountain.
No, she said that earlier.
Oh.
Brenda was making fun of the fact that I say mountain.
In Utah, we say mountain.
Except for me. I say mountain.
But we shouldn't say mountain because that sounds dumb.
Oh, she said Siobhan and Dave are my buddies. And she said, I know there's something wrong with you, Chris. You don't like coffee. Do you hate bacon too?
No, we like bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon is our friend.
I have in my freezer right now
Probably
45
30
pounds. No,
pounds.
45 pounds of bacon.
Which we haven't had any bacon in like 2 days.
I know. What does the bags look like?
What do the bags look like?
I'm guessing she means the 21 meal bag.
He's gonna go get one.
Yeah. It's right
Get
over
chocolate
there at
toffee.
the top.
Oh,
What?
that's what I wanted to make. I didn't make anything today because I ran out of time.
This is what
So
they look
that's
like.
the chocolate toffee bag. But
And
I
if
wanted
it's-
to make the chocolate toffee.
Can you smell that?
Yes, I can.
It's delicious.
It smells so good.
By the way, I'm wearing-
show him the scoop.
Oh, there's a scoop. We really need to have photography in there that has, see, scoop. You just scoop out of the mealwork. And I am wearing my Keto Fest 2017
Co-founder shirt.
Confounder, because I confound things.
And I'm wearing a cute girly shirt because I can.
Oh, Brenda says Siobhan stole my Keto Chow out of my goodie bag at Keto Fest. I believe that. Yep. So that's all the talking points that we had. Yeah. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about? No? Okay. Well, that was it.
Does anybody have any questions?
Well, there's a delay.
Delay fish.
You're just one of those fish that cause delays.
Delay fish. We have a couple of those.
Yeah, delay fish or children?
Children.
Yes.
So, I had a little epiphany today in my mind.
Okay.
So, I didn't know my grandmother on my father's side, his mother, because she died before I was born. She died even before my parents were married. And I was always worried about my mother's health because she had diabetes. She was very obese my whole life, and I was always worried about her health and what was hereditary on her side and how I could avoid these things in my life and just the things she struggled with so much. And I thought, well, you know what? This lady who I don't even know died when she was like 40-something.
Oh, your dad's mom?
Yeah. Did I tell you this already?
You
I
were
probably
talking
started
about
to.
it. Yeah.
Anyway, and I thought, you know what? What if that was hereditary? I'm going to get up there pretty soon. And if she died like when he was in college, that's kind of young.
Yeah.
So I called him today and I said, how did your mom die? I just wanted to know. And he said that she got water in her lungs. He didn't remember it really very well, but he said that she got pneumonia and it was complicated by something that had to do with her smoking for years and years. And so it had to do with that. So it wasn't hereditary. It was some horrible thing. And that was sad.
So don't smoke.
So don't smoke.
Okay.
And don't get water in your lungs because it could kill you.
Yes.
But it was nice to know. And so I talked, a little bit, digging a little bit more about, what about your other family that I don't know, because he's an only child, and so we're talking about his aunts and uncles a little bit, and kind of talking about family history and stuff.
Learning about your family.
So that was kind of cool.
Well, that kind of plays into Carla says, Brenda is right. T2 diabetics cannot use milk protein. Now let me couch that. You have to try it out yourself, because we actually have a lot of people who are using Keto Chow that are type 2 diabetic that have no problems at all.
I'm sure it just depends on yourself.
I would check your glucose.
Check it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
And we would not want you to use it if it doesn't work well for you.
please don't. But if it works well for you, then you can go ahead and use it. Try. I don't know. I've done it myself where. Either I'll use a Freestyle Libre on the back of my arm and just get a really nice graph showing me throughout the day, or I'll prick my finger before I drink one, and then after, and then for like a couple hours. Check it every couple minutes, every couple 15 or 30 minutes, just to see what it's doing to my body and what my pancreas can handle.
And I've looked at mine too, not with the Freestyle Libre. I'm not that cool. But also, we have had quite a few type 1s who have had the continuous glucose monitor who have come and showed us their phone and say, look, this is what it did to my blood.
Or
this
rather, didn't do.
Yes. So, it did raise, but it was so minuscule. And they made sure that they only had that, and they waited half an hour or whatever and came and showed us. So, at Breckenridge, we had 2 at Breckenridge. We had one at Yeah, we've had multiple type 1 diabetics, so it really does depend on your body.
Mm-hmm. Brenda just has to be very, very specific and careful with what she recommends to people as a coach for the IDM program.
We respect that.
Hi, Haley.
Hi, Haley. That was our girl. She's so cute.
So let's see. Brenda says good night, guys.
Good night, Brenda.
So Carla, try it. Still let us know. Tammy says my husband loves the salted caramel. Just bought another bag tonight at Dr. Rigby's office. Dr. Rigby is a low-carb keto doctor
They have an obesity clinic in Layton.
Yeah, it's like an hour north of us.
Ogden. I think it's actually in Layton, but it's called Ogden Medical
it's the
Clinic.
Ogden Regional Medical Weight Loss Center, something like that. Anyway, they've been buying our stuff to bring into their office to sell to the people who are doing keto there in their office.
If they want to use it.
Yeah, so people say, do you have any additional locations? I'm like, well, we've got a couple doctors' offices that are selling it, and that's one of them. So
if you know any doctors' offices or chiropractors' offices, we'd be happy to sell it to them, and then you could get it in your area.
Mandy says she's a type 1 diabetic. I hate shakes, but I want to try to make it smoothie-like. How can I make it where it's not shake consistency? So add more water.
And put ice cubes in it.
Well, no, she doesn't want it like a shake. She wants it more like a smoothie.
Well, I think that shakes and smoothies are the same thing.
Well, shakes are more like ice creamy. Anyway, regardless of what you're meaning, if you want it thicker, you can use ice, run it through a blender. If you want it thinner, you can use avocado oil instead of heavy cream.
That's a lot thinner.
Or use more water, and then it'll be a lot thinner. Let's see. Brenda said, let's see, diabetics can use milk protein. It depends on the person. Almond milk is the way to go. Brenda says to know that it caused 0 problems, you would need an insulin meter.
Yeah, there you go.
Milk protein is insulinogenic. Most amino acids that are good are insulinogenic, but that's okay. And an insulin meter does not exist. Although they were testing one at Breckenridge.
Yeah, they're testing.
But yes, like yours, I would love to have a continuous glucose monitor that did insulin. I'd actually like one that does ketones, but
they don't exist.
No. But Tammy says my husband is type 2 and it works for him. Usually he hates shakes, but he loves this one. His blood sugar was around 200 and it's been holding around 100 the last month.
That's great.
And Mandy says there's no such thing as an insulin meter. Yes. There's a blood glucose meter and insulin pump, Freestyle Libre scanners.
I think that's Brenda's point.
Yes.
That you would need an insulin meter and there's no such thing as that. So, yes.
And one of the reasons to go back, one of the reasons why we switched from whey protein to milk protein is because of the lower insulin and blood glucose response to the milk protein as compared to the whey protein. And that was in part spurred on by Richard Morris, of Two Keto Dudes fame, did an experiment where he, if I remember correctly, he was fasting, did a bike ride to deplete his glycogen.
I thought you were going to say a city. Deplete?
To deplete his glycogen, and then he tried consuming just whey protein and saw what it did to his blood glucose. Because if there is additional insulin released, that would drive his glucose down. And then he did the same thing with egg white protein to see if there was a similar or a different reaction. With the egg white protein, he did not see his glucose go down. With the whey protein, he did. The thought that he has is that this is an indicator that insulin was being secreted as a response to the whey protein, and
not with the egg protein.
Yeah. So anyway, and dairy. There are amino acids that are in dairy, and well, they're also in different amounts in most other proteins, but they will trigger an insulin response and a glucose response and all that sort of stuff. So it really is a matter of seeing how your body handles it. So, but And that's also, like we said, one of the reasons why we're looking at the savory flavors as well. Incidentally, this is something that Dr. Eric Westman brought up at Low Carb USA San Diego. He said, everybody keeps on talking about how artificial sweeteners bump up insulin. He said, I would like to see the study on that because I've never seen it. And he's very specific. He wants everything to be proven in a study before he doesn't even like really doing fasting, just because he hasn't seen a lot of actual peer-reviewed studies. So as far as he's concerned, there is no data that even suggests that artificial sweeteners cause an insulin response. He says everybody talks about it like they do, but there's no proof. Anyway, Mandy says if you got a ketone meter, Precision Extra is a great ketone meter. Yeah, I would actually recommend the Keto Mojo.
We have 3 of them.
Just because it's cheaper. They're $1 a strip to test ketones, which, granted, that's not cheap, but it's a lot less expensive than pretty much any of the other ones.
I wouldn't mind getting in Precision Extra. Then I wouldn't have to get Chris's all the time.
And Brenda says, I do know you did that. Switch from whey to milk protein isolate. That's why I love you guys. You care and talk to me. And my friend Richard, you're great. See you in Denver.
Yay! Tell Kevin hello. And we hope he gets a kidney soon.
Yes. And Anthony says, Dr. Fung says whey is not as good. And I'll believe Dr. Fung. So.
Hey, someday we're going to meet him too.
Oh, dang it. No, he's not. I think he's supposed to be in low carb Denver.
I say we go to Canada. Brenda, I want to come. Oh, she's probably gone.
But I know that Megan is going to be at
Megan
low
is so
carb
cute.
Houston. I don't know if Angel, I finally stopped calling him Angel.
Because I said stop it.
Yes, because he doesn't go by Angel, he goes by Angel. But I see his name and all I can think is Angel Ramos. Anyway, but they're going to be at low carb Houston. She is going to be at low carb Houston too. So is Craig Emmerich, noted author. I don't know if Maria's going to be there, but Craig will be there. I'm looking forward to saying, hey, Kevin says thank you.
Oh, Kevin.
I love you,
hi.
Kevin. You're great.
We're praying for you.
Yep. So I think we're about done.
Yeah, we're probably done.
Haley keeps on.
We kind of went off.
Haley keeps on doing sign language at us.
Like
and,
something about mouth
and nobody. We don't speak that.
I can spell something.
I mean, the only thing.
I love you.
I know how to say turkey.
Turkey.
I.
Does it say?
Oh, the entire IDM team will be in Denver. We're finally going to get to meet Dr. Fung.
So we'll see if he gets a chance to say hi to us.
I'll give him a fist bump. Not a fist bump like that.
Not a punch in the face.
So, okay. Well, we're done. Thanks, everybody, for coming, and
have a lovely night.
Catch you next week.
Take a bath.
Oh, let's see. I got to use this keyboard.
Clicky, clicky.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, no, I have to hit yes.
Bye-bye.